Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the B&R Racing Network. As we're here for the Sim Racing Unleashed Truck Series for their Final 5 playoff race. For their championship round to crown their... Hold on, just want to make sure before anything here what season they're on. I forget all the time. Before they crown their season 9 champion. 9 seasons. The final 5 that are in are Jason Adams, Mike Chamberlain, Jim Coleman'sberger, Kyle Heath, and Palmer. So those are the 5 we're going to be keeping a close eye on here tonight. So all the excitement in the air here tonight for their championship race at Homestead Miami Speedway.
The guy behind has just done a 33.3.
We don't want that. This track can be very slick, very tight on the outside lane. Not one of my favorites, that is for sure. I can never get the rhythm down here. So not one of my favorites, but I'll enjoy calling the race, that is for sure. But as you see here, of Witt taking his second lap. Breaks even with Gilmore there. As Phillip comes off the last turn. So he will stay in P3. As Chamberlain looks to take his second lap. As you see, they're hugging that wall, trying to diamond the apex there. Gets down to the bottom. You want to hug that white line as close as you can. We'll see what Chamberlain puts up here on his second lap. He will stay P4. As Jason Adams looks to take his second lap. He is currently leading the points in this bout here tonight. So a little over a minute and a half left of qualifying here. And as Jason comes to take his second lap, he will stay P5. To see Chamberlain comes down. I'll go over a little race day information here. As you see here, they are at Homestead Miami Speedway. The current track temp is 78 degrees Fahrenheit with an altitude of 4 feet. The current weather is 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 47% humidity, partly cloudy with a 10 mile per hour wind. That wind is going to play a big factor going down the front stretch and the back stretch. 134 laps, 201 miles. Unlimited sets of tires, 75% fuel, 2 quick fix, and 1 attempt at a green, white, checkered. So as we see here, that will probably do it for that. Only 6 competitors qualified here tonight. So that will do that as we get ready to take the starting grid here. So, starting P1 would be Jeff Gilmore, P2 would be Paul Witt, P3 would be Philip Bridgman, P4 would be Mike Chamberlain, P5 would be Jason Adams, and P6, John Henderson. P7 would be Kyle Heath, P8 would be Michael Yarrow, P9 would be Brandon Hartwell, P10 would be Matthew Huntsaker, P11 will be Josh Small, P12 will be Kevin Roy, P13 will be Jim Coleman'sberger, P14 will be Larry Blair, P15 will be Mark Kosick, P16 will be Michael Palmer, P17 will be Robert Cheswick, P18 will be Paul Coheen. 18 drivers here tonight. For 134 laps. Under the lights, a very slick track. As these drivers get ready to grid up and get going here, as you see here, these drivers get ready to grid up. You see Coheen is not going to be able to grid up in time. You see Josh Small will go to the back to stay out the way, as Jeff Gilmore will lead this field to green here tonight. Remember, the drivers we are going to pay very close attention to will be Chamberlain, Adams, Heath, Coleman'sberger, Palmer. Those are the top 5 going at it. Unfortunately, last week, Philip Bridgman was eliminated. But looking to see Phil do good as Barney the Flagman holds the green flag in his hand. Waves that thing aggressively as Jeff Gilmore takes this field to the green. As Jeff Gilmore carries that momentum down the backstretch. As he leads Witt coming out of turns 3 and 4 to cross the line there. He will lead the first lap as Witt looks to gain every ounce of momentum that he can. As you see Chamberlain here and Kyle Heath 5th and 6th. Two playoff contenders here tonight. Kyle Heath rocking that Me Marie's Designs number 13 Chevy Silverado there. As they come to complete lap 3 of 134. Michael Yarrow slowly closing in on Kyle Heath. These two drivers Our very consistent Michael Yarrow is Mr. Consistent himself and Speedy there. So look forward to see Yarrow up towards the front, towards the end of the race, doing it on strategy here. So we will see what he gets done. And a fellow BKM driver here tonight, Mr. Coleman Swigger and Matthew Huntsaker there. Good to see these guys over here running in the Truck Series. Tim's been here for a very long time. So as we have a battle for the lead going on here, as they're side by side going down the front stretch there, complete lap 5. Philip Bridgman's going to take every advantage that he can get here. But closing that gap in slowly but surely is Mr. Jason Adams. As they look to come into turns 3 and 4. Philip Bridgman sticking to the outside of that other Canadian there of Gilmore. As Jason Adams looks to go side by side with Philip Bridgman. But as Philip Bridgman knocks that wall down a little bit, but still didn't lose any momentum, Jeff Gilmore's going to keep her on the bottom and pull Jason Adams up there with him. As Philip hits the wall again, getting that draft off of Gilmore, but Gilmore arcs her back down low. Philip Bridgman looks to take the high side momentum by Jason as Jason gets loose coming out of turns 3 and 4. Philip Bridgman's going to capitalize on that mistake by Jason, but they go side by side entering turns 1 and 2. Side by side, Jason has a nose more ahead of Philip, but Philip is going to carry the momentum coming off to get by Jason Adams as he clears him there. Now if I'm Jason, I would, yep, very good, Jason. Fall up in there, get behind Philip, work with Philip to get to the front, and set yourself forward from there. But never sleep on Kyle Heath and Yarrow there as they come creeping up through the back there in P6, P7. As Philip Bridgman hangs strong here tonight. P3 hugging that apron, hit it a little bit too much. As you saw there, got the bobble. That upset at the back of that car, and Jason Adams is going to capitalize on it by giving Philip a little shot there, but Philip does make contact with that wall again, getting his not Martinsville, sorry, my apologies. Homestead stripes there. Here tonight. So Phil, you got to keep her off that wall there, bud. As you see Phil get loose there out of 4 just like Jason did. Jason is going to try to capitalize on that mistake by Philip. Quite doesn't get it. Philip's hanging strong on the outside. Jason's going to take advantage of it, and Chamberlain, Philip is going to be side by side with Chamberlain. Chamberlain is going to clear Philip Bridgman. As Philip will settle for P5 there, but coming up on him is Kyle Heath. So Kyle Heath is going to take advantage of that here tonight. I see Mike Chamberlain looking to run down Jason Adams. As Kyle Heath looks to make the pass on Philip Bridgman. To secure that P5 from Phil. As the drivers look to keep moving forwards there. as Kyle Heath looks to run down Chamberlain. As Yarrow looks to follow in Kyle Heath's footsteps there, but Yarrow is running that outside lane there. Once again, for those tuning in, your playoff contender series drivers are sitting P3. The first one is Jason Adams here. P4 of Mike Chamberlain. P5 of Kyle Heath. P8 of Jim Coleman-Sperger. And P16 of Michael Palmer. As you see here, Kyle Heath looking to close that gap in on Mike Chamberlain to take P4 away from him. As Kyle looks to get to the corner of that 70 to make the pass on him. As Kyle Heath gets clear of Chamberlain there. Now Michael Yarrow looking to close the gap to Chamberlain. As we see here from the back view of Chamberlain, looking at Yarrow, Jim, and Phil. You got the two teammates, P3, P4. So they come to lap 17 here tonight. You see Yarrow looking on that outside to carry all that speed off as he gets a massive run on Chamberlain. Dives to the inside of that 70 Toyota. As Yarrow will now hug that bottom lane there, looking to get by Chamberlain. As he will. Now as Yarrow sets his eyes on Kyle Heath here tonight. As you see there, Kyle Heath looks to get by his teammate Jason Adams. Two playoff drivers battling it out. As they're side by side down the backstretch, who does Yarrow work with? Or who does Yarrow want to be with? Towards the end, as you see there, Kyle Heath running that outside lane. He says, all right, I see Yarrow running that outside lane. How much of an advantage it is. As Jason tries to throw the block on Kyle Heath. Doesn't quite get it done. Kyle Heath will take that position away from Jason Adams as Matthew Huntsaker is in the pits here a little early on. As now Kyle Heath looks to run down Mr. Jeff Gilmore. As our leader has almost a second and a half lead over Jeff Gilmore. I'll show you real quick what almost a second and a half lead looks like to the leader here. That's what a second and a half looks like. As Kyle Heath looks to take P2 away from Gilmore. As you see there, Yarrow got by Adams, and Yarrow's going to hang the outside with Kyle Heath. Not quite hanging out there, run a little bit off from that wall. As Kyle Heath looks to get by Gilmore there. As Yarrow's going to take advantage of that too by running that outside lane. Does he hang on to it? As Kyle Heath gets by Gilmore. And as Michael Yarrow now capitalizes on Gilmore to take that P3 away from him. As you see there, Cossack now pitting. But as we have here, Kyle Heath and Yarrow now second and third. Looking to chase down Witt there. As they close the gap massively on Witt there. As he's got a half a second lead over Kyle Heath. And that's what about almost a quarter of a second looks like to the leader. As you see there, Witt might have burnt his stuff up a little quick there. As Kyle Heath looks to capitalize on Witt, but will capitalize this turn. As you see there, Kyle Heath looking to get by Witt as he does. As Witt looks to side draft Kyle Heath. Can't quite get it. He will attempt to ride his quarter. Gets a little tight out there. Will slide up in front of Yarrow. As Yarrow looks to take P2 away from Witt. Now Yarrow looking to capitalize on Kyle Heath here. And get every advantage as he can. So that is that. As we see here from the rear chase view of Kyle Heath and Yarrow. Oh, as Yarrow looks to get there, but Kyle closes that door quick on Yarrow. These guys race around each other forever. These two are great competitors in the SRU Cup Series and the trucks as they get their job done here tonight. As pit stops look to come underway, as Gilmore, Adams, Hartwell, Chamberlain all make their pit stops. You see Henderson now making his, as these drivers will capitalize on it. As Yarrow gets a great run off of turns 4. As you see there, Witt now makes his pit stop. Do these drivers have enough fuel to get to the end of the stage? Or their comp caution here tonight? We'll just have to find out here. As Kevin Roy comes in to make his pit stop. And Larry Blair and Robert Cheswick. as they come to take lap 30 of 134. As Jim Commonsberger looks to make his pit stop this time by. As Michael Yarrow looks to keep Kyle Heath in his sights. Not let him go away anytime soon. As they come to take lap 31, as Philip Bridgman will now make his pit stop there. As Kyle Heath still leads this field by about a little over a half a second to Yarrow. Setting the pace down there as Kyle Heath looks to take lap 32. As there is only 3 drivers currently on the lead lap here. But Kyle Heath, Yarrow, and Josh Small stay out the longest. As Gilmore looks to get his lap back, bypassing Kyle Heath. Excuse me, my apologies. As Kyle Heath is going to hook that bottom lane there. He's going to let Gilmore get it. You go ahead, bud. You're on freshies. And just like that, he lets Gilmore go ahead and get by. As Yarrow now losing some momentum to Kyle here tonight. As Witt looks to get his lap back too by trying to pass Kyle Heath, the race leader, here tonight. And just like that, he will. As Kyle Heath now makes his pit stop and Yarrow. As Josh will come in and make his. Can they get it done here? As Yarrow will beat Kyle Heath off. As we get back up here to the front, Witt will get by Gilmore, Yarrow, and Kyle. Oof. Something had happened to Kyle Heath there. Maybe a little slip up, exiting the pits. But still has Yarrow in his sights. As these 3 playoff drivers here tonight, P4, P5, P7, P8 and P14. All playoff drivers up here battling it out besides Yarrow. But good run on the bottom by Kyle Heath. fresh tires make a big deal. Can Kyle Heath look to get around his teammate there in the 24? Is Jason Adams going to make it a little harder for him to get by? Absolutely not. Kyle's going to capitalize on that and get by Jason. But now Yarrow there. Oh, as we got the 25 in the wall there of Hartwell. As Jason Adams gets by Brandon Hartwell there. Mike Chamberlain still hanging strong to that 24 of Jason Adams. As Hartwell will get in behind Jason. Help give him a little arrow push down that front stretch to come on the back stretch. As Chamberlain slides up a little bit near Jason there. As Jason's going to side draft and carry that momentum that he has into turns 3 of 4. But I think Chamberlain is going to capitalize on it. Surely enough, he does. So hanging strong with Chamberlain there. As Jason Adams looks to carry that run again. To the back of Chamberlain. Doing everything he can to advance a position or get that position back. Because once Kyle Heath gets up there, he is gone. See here Kyle Heath sitting comfortably P3. But still has Yarrow on his tail end. Yarrow's not going to make it easy for Kyle, that is for sure. But as Kyle and Yarrow look to run down Jeff Gilmore here to take that P2 away, P2 and P3 away from Jeff Gilmore, as Kyle Heath clears the 75 and as Michael Yarrow clears the 75. Now that will move Kyle Heath and Michael Yarrow into positions 2nd and 3rd on those fresh tires. Now they set sail to run down Witt. Can these fresh tires run them down in time? As you see there, Yarrow still hanging strong on that outside. Looking to drive a different lane than Kyle. As Yarrow carries that momentum into turns 3 and 4. Looking to get that run off of turn 4. Can't quite get it. Can he regroup all that going into turns 1 and coming out of 2? We'll find out here in just a moment. You can't quite get it done. As you see here, Kyle Heath and Yarrow look to get by Mark Kosick. Been a while since we've seen old Mark, and glad to have him back. I see there Larry Blair, the next one in Kyle Heath's sight. Another fellow teammate to Kyle Heath. As you see there Larry Blair will gradually get out the way and let Kyle go. Oh, excuse me. As Yarrow looks to get by Larry Blair, as he does. And that Liberty University number 99 Toyota Tundra. Looking pretty sharp. As Kyle Heath and Michael Yarrow look to close that gap into Witt, lap by lap. As Kyle Heath gets that gap down to under a half a second, closing in massively to Witt, looking to take the lead from Witt here. As he looks to pass him on the outside to carry that momentum. And Kyle Heath will get past Witt to take the lead. Well done by Kyle. Running that outside, but he's going to have Palmer right in his insights there. Palmer's just running his line there, and now Witt's going to get back by him. With a little hold up from Palmer there. But now Kyle Heath will attempt to get by Witt as they come to lap 50 of 134. Boy, these drivers are just I do believe that will be the comp. .50 laps, full green. The little comp caution here tonight at lap 50. We'll get these drivers regrouped, backed up. We'll let them pit before we go ahead and talk to them. Don't want to interrupt them making their pit stops once we get there. So we'll let them go ahead. And pit. And then we'll go ahead and talk to the current leader here. Once these green flag pits, once the stage pits take control, and when they start leaving, then we'll go ahead and talk to the leader as they come down pit road right now. Alright. My apologies. Might as well go ahead and talk to Kyle real quick. Mr. Heath, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Alright, see look, I also waited until you got done pitting and I'll let you do that. That truck seems like it can go anywhere out there on a track. Good little stage break here. I do believe it's going to come down to you and Yarrow at the end. How's that truck feeling on the outside compared to the inside lane?
And it feels pretty balanced. You know, both sides of the track and both ends of the track. Just gotta control my throttle and control my braking.
Right on. Now, if it comes down to the end, what is going to be the possible strategy to get by Yarrow or possibly hold him off?
Well, I'm just taking it easy. Just play it by sight, sound, and feel pretty much. You know, I'm just racing the track. I'm not racing nobody.
Yes, sir. Well, awesome run here tonight. Watching you maneuver through lap traffic and through the field. Get you back up there. Don't want to hold you up too much. And good luck, sir, on the championship run tonight.
Thanks, Brian.
No problem, bud. See there. Witt, Yarrow, Heath. Witt stayed out, so the pitters are from Yarrow on back. So you got Yarrow. So you got Witt P1, Yarrow P2, Kyle Heath P3, Hartwell P4, Jason Adams P5, Jim Coleman-Sperger P6, Philip Bridgman P7, Josh Small P8, P9 will be Robert Cheswick, P10 will be Gilmore. As these drivers get ready to come back and take the green here to finish out the remainder of this race. Really digging that 49 Autism truck. As the pace truck is about to pull off of turns 4 here to lead these truckers on down. Witt will lead them back to green. As Barney the flagman holds the flag, aggressively waving it. We are back green. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's finish the race. As you see here, great start by Witt. As Kyle Heath and Yarrow still duking it out back here. On fresher tires than the leader. Oh, as Jason Adams gets loose. Saves it. Oh, as he slides back up in front of Josh Small there. That is going to throw Josh off his mark. Get him to regather himself. What a great save by Mr. Jason Adams there. As Gilmore had no choice but to shoot down pit road or maybe gotten loose. And unfortunately had to go down the pits. As Hartwell gets sideways coming out of turns 4. He saves it. Same thing with Jim Coleman-Sperger as Philip Bridgman looking to capitalize on that mistake from Jim, but can't quite get there. I do see Henderson says that he lost it here. We'll find out what had happened. Oh, man. Ooh. Little contact there. Off track, so that does not bring out the yellow. As these drivers continue to keep her going. Very unfortunate for Larry Blair and Henderson. As Philip Bridgman looks to wrap up the outside lane and for Kosick there. So Philip Bridgman looking to run back down Mr. Jim Coleman-Sperger there in that number 11. as Hartwell makes contact to that wall, leaving that trail of smoke along with others here tonight. As you see Chamberlain looking to run back down Jason Adams. As Josh Ma looks to run down Chamberlain to take P9 away from Chamberlain there. As Kyle Heath looks to get to Witt, my apologies. But you see there, Yarrow had completed the pass by the 49 of Witt. Now Kyle Heath looking to run down that 49. Yarrow's going to take every advantage of the fresh, clean air as he can. What is up, Selner? Thanks for tuning in here tonight for the SRU Truck Series Final 5 Championship race here tonight at Homestead Miami. And let's go, Jim. Jim's doing great. He's sitting P5 at the moment. One of my teammates in the B&R Series and Xfinity Cup. Love having him as the team. Hell of a driver. Always brings the excitement to the group and off track. It's always good, but Jim is currently running P5, which is a championship contender. For those of you that just joined, I will go ahead and give you a brief follow-up of the playoff drivers, which will be Kyle Heath, Jim Coleman'sberger, Jason Adams, Chamberlain, and Palmer. Those are your 5 drivers here tonight competing for that one trophy there. So we'll see who can get it done here tonight. 63 of 134 completed. Coming up on halfway when they hit lap 67. As Kyle Heath looks to run down the 49. As Kyle Heath closes that gap on Witt. To take P2. As Hartwell hanging strong to the rear end of that 13 Me Marie Designs. That Brendan Hartwell is not letting Kyle Heath go. As we take a look from the fan standpoint of view, this is what the fans see when you come here tonight at Homestead. As you see them come off of turns 4. As they come by the start-finish line. Wild run here tonight. Only one caution, which was the stage break. Once they cross the line again, they will be halfway. And then we'll do our favorite portion of the night, the crank it up section here. And they do. So enjoy this little couple of laps of a crank it up segment. Enjoy, guys. As we come back to the action here, as we get these drivers' last lap times, as you see there, Michael Yarrow still the fastest car out there. He is setting the pace. He is maneuvering. He's getting it done. Kevin Roy in that 12. I am digging that paint scheme. That is not too shabby paint scheme, Mr. Roy. I like it. Fits perfect for Homestead. Another BKM driver here of Matthew Huntsaker. A strong P7. But something had happened to Cossack. Let's go back and take a look here. Something had happened. Oh, maybe just pulled off and that was that. Anyway, as we get back to the action there, Philip Bridgman, P8. Josh Small, P7. Awesome rebound by Josh, by the way. As pits start to happen here, you see Coleman'sberger, Hunsaker all completed their pit stop here. Philip saving as much fuel as he can to get on through. As Jim Coleman'sberger 1 lap down, but already made his pit stop. It just comes down to when these next top guys are going to pit. I do believe these guys are trying to make it on one more pit stop here. So we'll see if they can get that done here tonight. As Jim looks to pass the 58 going into turns 3 and 4. To capitalize on that, and as he does, as Kyle Heath makes his pit stop, and Witt now enters the pits. Kyle Heath with a 14.8 second pit stop. That also comes with getting in the pits smoothly and exiting smoothly. Not sliding any stalls, just hitting the marks right, entering the pits. Sometimes pit road can be tricky for a couple of drivers, but these drivers are still going. As you see there now, Hartwell will make his pit stop. As Josh Small is still out there sitting P3. As see there, Jason Adams now makes his pit. Yarrow's on a whole nother zip code from everybody else. I do believe he can capitalize here tonight with the dub. I see Chamberlain with a massive run to the back of that 28 as the 58 steps sideways, which caused a big checkup from Josh and Mike Chamberlain. But fresh tires are playing a big key here tonight for Chamberlain. As we come up here to Yarrow, as he goes down the backstretch to go into turns 3 and 4, I do believe he will not pit this time. He's staying out. He's probably going to try to stay out for another 5 laps. And then he probably should be good to the end. But don't quote me on that one. You see Josh Small now, and my apologies, Kevin Roy now making his pit stop. Philip Bridgman, Josh Small stay out with Yarrow. Palmer, you see Cheswick now making his pit stop. As we come to laps 87 of 134 complete here tonight. Yarrow still hanging strong to that lead, followed by Josh Small, sitting P2. And behind him is Mr. Philip Bridgman. You see Robert Cheswick made his pits. But Josh Small's now taking his pit stop now. I do believe Philip Bridgman is too. But Yarrow is still staying out, as he will come into the pits this time by which will probably cycle the lead out to Palmer. Not too sure if Palmer had made his final pit stop yet. I don't believe so, as he comes to take lap 89 of 134. As you hear him shutting the car off, turning it back on, clutching every ounce of fuel that he can to possibly pull out this victory here tonight and maybe be your Season 9 truck champion. But you see there Kyle Heath closing that gap very, very fast. If I'm Palmer, I would pit this time, not waste too much time, and take advantage of being the next car on freshies by a margin. But that comes with getting on pit road nice and smooth compared to not. Oh, that was about bad. I thought he was pitting, but maybe not. As you see, Josh Small came out in 11th. Now we're up here with this gaggle of trucks as Jim Coleman-Sperger looks to run these guys down. Robert Cheswick and Gilmore, but they are still currently 1 lap down. As Palmer now makes his pit stop, coming to lap 92. Does Witt have what it takes to get to Kyle Heath in these closing laps here tonight? As you see Palmer with a 15.6 second pit stop there. That is going to put him 1 lap down. As Yarrow sits comfortably in P4. As Robert Cheswick, great competitor here in the SRU truck. Same thing with Hartwell. This whole group in general is just a fantastic group, great group of guys to race with. A lot of competition in all series. That is for sure. As Brendan Hartwell sitting P3, running that outside in that number 25 tracker Bass Pro Shop Chevy Silverado. 3 seconds off the leader. As you see there, Henderson now making his pit stop. But Yarrow is closing that gap ever so slightly. Oh, as you see Hartwell ride that wall. Made contact with it a little bit, but I don't see any right side damage to that 25 machine there. As Hartwell still strongly sitting on that outside lane, carrying that momentum to break free from Cheswick there. Currently still sitting 1 lap down P12. Kyle Heath with almost a 2-second margin over Witt. But Yarrow ever so slightly closing that gap to Witt there. As he right on board with Yarrow. They come to lap 99 of 134. As they head into turns 3 and 4 side by side, Yarrow's gonna get clear of the 49 to take that P2 away from him now, as Yarrow sets his eyes on Kyle Heath. As you see there, Yarrow with a much more better advantage, ever so slightly coming out of turns 2. Trying to carry that momentum going into turns 3 and 4. Gets a massive run off of 4. To run Kyle Heath down. As you see there, Michael Yarrow ever so slightly changing his lines to find what's better. Line, apparently the bottom lane in 1 and 2 is a lot faster. See that Yarrow hits that apron, gonna cost him some time to Kyle Heath. Kyle Heath is ever so slightly going to pull away a little bit on Yarrow, not much, But Yarrow collects it, gets it back. Still looking to chase down Kyle Heath as that gap closes to about almost a half a second from almost 3 seconds. So about almost a second a lap he gained on Kyle Heath. But if you hear here, those tires are screeching on Yarrow's car. Sorry, truck. And right there, as Yarrow closes that gap on the Kyle, I do believe, as you heard, him downshift a little bit. As you see there, with the massive run by Yarrow to secure that first place from Kyle. You see there, Kyle gets a little tight behind Yarrow there. Yarrow's got the clean air, so now his truck can maneuver around. 29 laps to go here tonight in the SRU Championship round of 5 here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. As more green flags are being taken here tonight. See there, Brendan Hartwell now in the pits. As we come back to Chamberlain looking to run down Kevin Roy. As Josh Small looking to take P6 away from Chamberlain. That comes with arcing your turn and maintaining grip there. I see there Kevin Roy, Chamberlain, Josh Small, and Palmer all come out of turns 2. You see Jim Comensberger in the pits, Jason Adams, Larry Blair all make their final pit stops of the night. Larry Blair with a 14.8, Jason Smalls with a 15.2 second pit. 2 teammates there. Unfortunately, Larry had a better pit stop than his teammate of Jason Adams. As Josh Small looks to take P5 away from Chamberlain, Jim Comensberger with a 14.8. I do believe Mike Chamberlain's now going to make his pit stop. Same thing with Kevin Roy. As Yarrow continues to stay out. As we come on board here with Larry Blair. Philip Bridgman, P5. That'll move Josh Small into P4. Philip Bridgman, strong competitor here in the SRU, was last year's season championship winner. As Witt now makes his pit stop. As you see here, 25 laps to go. As Larry Blair gets by Philip Bridgman. But that is not for position. Oh, Cheswick is now in the pits. as Philip Bridgman gets the bobble off of turns 4. "24 laps to go." As you see there, Yarrow looking to lap Philip Bridgman. As Josh Small makes his last pit stop of the night, Philip Bridgman going to stay on the outside and says, "Go ahead, Yarrow. That spot is yours. You're obviously a lot faster. I'm just going to give it to you." Currently 2 drivers on the lead lap here tonight, which is Yarrow and Mr. Kyle Heath. All Heath has to do is finish strong and outpoint the others. So, yep, there goes Kyle making his pit stop now. If I'm Phillip, I'm yanking her down in the pits and pitting this time, that is for sure. Don't waste too much time. Go down, get your freshies, and come out. Because the longer you wait, you're going to fall a lot further down that leaderboard and cost you some time. You see there, Josh Small, 2 laps down. Chamberlain 2. Kyle Heath with a 14.9 second pit stop. Coming up on 20 to go. As Kyle Heath sits P4, as you see there, Philip Bridgman now making his pit stop there tonight with 20 to go. As you see here, Yarrow still hanging strong, still staying out. Setting that field, setting those pace laps. Running away with this race, Philip Bridgman with a 15.1 second pit stop here tonight. I see there Chamberlain with a bobble off of turns 2. I do believe Yarrow is going to pit this time. No, he ain't. Fooled me. Josh Small's looking to get at least one of his laps back. As he looks to pass underneath. Oh, that, yep, there he is. Sorry, that one we saw before was Palmer, so not would do that, but Yarrow said, "Go ahead, Josh, you're on a freshies." I'm going to continue to save. As Kyle Heath hangs strong P2. About to unlap himself, getting by Yarrow. 16 laps to go, as you see there. Kyle Heath unlapped himself, will now be sitting P2. As now Kyle Heath looks to get as much pull off of Josh as he can. See there, Yarrow still staying out. We're coming to 15 laps to go. You see there, Witt gets by. See Philip Bridgman passing the 31 of Palmer. Currently 2 laps down at the moment. Hartwell comfortably P4, looking to get by Yarrow to get his lap back. But once Yarrow makes his pits, then Hartwell would be able to get his lap back, but won't be anytime soon. But Philip Bridgman looking to get one of his 2 laps back. Once he passes him, he will still be a lap down. Closing up on 10 laps to go, as you see here. Philip Bridgman gets past Yarrow to be 1 lap down, sitting P11. Oh, as we see, Yarrow is pitting, so that will get all these drivers their laps back, at least from laps, at least from positions 5 through probably say 10th. Will probably get their laps back. And we're going to keep a close eye on Yarrow. We'll see if he can get caught back up to Kyle. I don't think he can, but as you see there, Yarrow now out of the pits with the 9 seconds. About almost 10 seconds behind Kyle. I do believe he might have waited a little bit too long, but we'll just have to find out. As Jason Adams sitting P7 here at the moment. Looking to run down Matthew Huntsaker in P6. 11 laps to go. Closing in on that 10 laps to go mark as they cross the line this time to take 10 to go. As Kyle Heath continues to pull on Witt by almost 5 seconds, or 4.5, my apologies. Coming to 9 laps to go here as Kyle Heath crosses the line. As you see there, Yarrow took P3 away from Hartwell. Does Yarrow have enough time to run down Kyle? I guess we'll have to find out here. See, Yarrow gets by Phillip, who is not on his radar at the moment. His radar is Mr. Witt and Kyle. Not too sure if he has enough time. He might get caught up to him. Probably with at least 2 to go, I would say. Because now here, Yaro's pushing everything he has in that truck. To run Kyle down. So roughly about 2 seconds back from Witt. As we get back up here, Kyle Heath. And a whole nother zip code as we come back here to Matthew Hunsaker. About 3.5 seconds off of Jim Coleman'sberger there. As you see there, Cheswick looking to battle Matthew there. As he tries to get to his quarter. As he gets by him. Should be coming up on 5 laps to go. As you see there, Yaro gets by Witt. As now as he goes and sets his eyes on Mr. Kyle Heath. That's weird. As Yaro's ticking away those laps to get to Kyle. But we'll see what Kyle sees in his rear. Slowly but surely, he's going to start seeing that blue car of Yaro, which is right there in the middle of turns 1 and 2. As Yaro looks to get by those 2 lap cars there. Not too sure if he has enough time. We'll just have to wait and see here. Oh, as those guys gotten by him, 2 to go. As they come to the final lap, can Yaro get to the... Can Yaro catch Kyle Heath? Don't think so. I think Yaro stayed out a little bit too late. As the flagger waves the checker flag, Kyle Heath will cross the line as your race winner here tonight. And the SRU Truck Series. Awesome job by Kyle. As Yaro gives him a little friendly bump. Well, he didn't mean that, that's for sure. as we'll let these guys celebrate and do their thing real quick. Oh, that wasn't what his teammate wanted to do. So we'll let them burn it down real quick, and then we'll go ahead and talk to your first and third, and then call it a night. We'll let them celebrate, let them burn it down, and then we'll go ahead and interview those bad boys in about 2 minutes. Alright. Let's see if we can talk to Mr. Kyle. Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Well, you didn't get the commentary curse tonight, which is always a good thing. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Wow, just what a dominant car. Yeah, sorry, dominant truck that you had here tonight. You end up holding off Yarrow with pit strategy. It was like I was saying before, I think Yarrow pitted a little bit too late in my eyes,
Yeah.
but and we know how well that works, and I'm sure you know how well that works too. So unfortunately, he fell victim of that. You came home capitalized. Once I hear the word from who's the champion, we'll go ahead and tell you the fans that. But anyway, Mr. Heath, congratulations on the win here for the finale at Homestead. Why don't you go ahead and give a thorough rundown of everything tonight? About the whole race, the way your truck was, your pit stops, was it tricky getting into the pits, hitting your marks right, and all that other crazy stuff.
Yeah, all in all, I mean, the race was fun. Um, the Homestead, it's kind of tit for tat for me. I'm either okay, I suck, or in this case, win the race with pit strategy. Um, if it weren't for pit strategy, I don't believe I would have won the race. Yarrow, he's fast. Anywhere we go, he's fast. He's always fun to race with and race against. But I believe it went caution free, other than the stage. And all in all, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, second, I'm pretty sure. I think I won a championship, second championship in the trucks. I mean, that's pretty cool. And a lot of these guys, they are very fast, very very fast. It's always fun to race against every single one of these guys in this league.
I agree. And a lot of these boys do race in the Cup Series. I see quite a few familiar names there, but always a good core group here. Always race hard every week. You guys have been around for quite a long time, that is for sure. But awesome job on the win there, Mr. Mr. Kyle, you did a hell of a job, and I do believe I'm sure you're going to be the champion. And if you are, you deserve it. You fight hard each and every week over here to be where you are and a deserving spot in the final five, which always threw me off. I'm used to the final four, but always good to have five to switch it up a bit. So, yes, sir, and I do believe they are going to take some time off, at least until January, as I heard. You might know a lot more about that than I do. So, but
We're going to do a little bit of recruitment races between here and the beginning of the season.
there you go, there you go. That's always a good thing. Always get new drivers out there to do the trucks. But anyway, Kyle, hell of a job. Always a sharp-looking Me Marie Designs truck by your painter Robbie.
Yes, sir.
So I guess we'll go ahead and let you do your thorough rundown, your thanks, and all that great.
Heck, heck yeah. Give thanks to SRU. All like I said, fun league to race in. Very fun league. Give a shout out to the admins over here at the truck, especially Gomez and Jason. He's my teammate. Big thanks to all my teammates, Jason, Larry, and Brandon Hartwell that was there tonight. Teammate Isaiah, he kind of dropped in the chat earlier, saying, good luck to everybody, and give big thanks to my wife. She holds my household down, and that's pretty much it. I mean, and thanks to the Truck Series, man. It's a fun series to race in. I mean, each and every week. I mean, you never know what's really going to happen.
Yes, sir, I agree with you. You never know who's going to be there, who ain't, the fast guys, and all that other awesomeness out on track. It was a strong season you guys had, a lot of ups. Well, not so many downs. It was all positives, that's for sure. That's from what I've seen. And maybe a couple of flaws here and there, but you guys always kick ass every week, so that's always a good thing to hold your guys' head up high, that is for sure. But awesome job, Kyle. I'm going to get you back up there, and we'll pull Jason down, and he can let us know who the championship winner is.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother, man. Awesome job on the win, bud.
Thanks, Brian.
No problem. Mr. Adams.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
How are you, sir?
Doing pretty good, sir. How about yourself?
Doing alright. Wasn't too bad of a shabby race, but you have all the important details of who won the championship, and then you can give a lot more information on when the next season is, so we'll let the floor be yours, and you can go ahead and give all that information.
Well, Kyle Heath, he brought home the victory tonight in the championship and the victory for the race. We're looking to start back our next season the week after New Year's. We're going to take a few weeks off. Going to do a little recruitment races, see if we can get some new guys in here. So if anyone is interested out there and wanting to become part of the SRU Truck Series, look us up on Facebook under Sim Racing Unleashed. Feel free to explore our Facebook page. Feel free to message us if you got any questions. But Brian, I do appreciate you broadcasting this season's 9 truck race for us. Did an awesome job, guys. And too bad Will's not here tonight, but I hope he can be back in the booth soon. But again, thank you guys for everything you guys has done. It's been an awesome season.
Yes, sir, it's always been a good one, always been a fun one to call, that is for sure. So then, my knowledge was correct that Kyle had wrapped up the championship, which is always good to see. I do believe this is his second one. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir. This is his second championship in the trucks.
Always good to see a repeat. I know last season I do believe was Mr. Bridgman, but this season he fell a little short, but that is okay. He can always bounce back stronger next season. You know that, and I know that, so Anyway, bud, thank you very much for allowing me to have the opportunity to do this for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get you back up there, and we'll chit chat in a little bit.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
No problem. Anyway, that'll do it here tonight from the BNR Racing Network and from the SRU Truck Series. You heard all the details. You heard all the information from Jason Adams, my apologies, which is their truck admin. So make sure to look out for those recruitment races. Go ahead, get in there, and go race with them. Great group guys here. Until then, I am checking out of here, and when the new season starts, I'm sure we would be back live in the booth on Fridays again. So until then, everyone be safe. Everyone enjoy the rest of your guys' weekends. We are back live again on Tuesday when the BNR Truck Series goes to Atlanta. So we'll see you then. Everybody be safe. Love your loved ones. Hold them closer because you never know. Until then, thank you for coming out, and